Hi everyone. Today I want to talk about my topic about exploring the underlying mechanism of outgroup hate. Does it generate from the positivity towards our in-group or the negativity towards the outgroup? So it is shown by the research that children have clear preferences towards people from in-group and negativity towards outgroup. For example, 5-year-old children show a preference for their in-group regarding both implicit and explicit attitudes and resource allocation, even when they have no reason to favor their in-group, as shown by Dunham and Barron and Carey's study. What's more, Buttleman and Boehm had also found that both 6 and 8-year-olds strongly prefer to share positive resources with their in-group, but 8-year-olds seem to be more motivated to assign negative resources to their out-group members. However, how do children develop out-group hate? We don't know. So, Hobson and Ainsledge wanted to know whether there's differences in brain reaction while individuals are observed by an in-group versus an out-group member. So they studied university students' brain patterns and found that being observed by an out-group member can alter the brain feedback monitoring system, impairing the reinforcement learning signal compared with being observed by an in-group member. However, this research only explores the biological reasoning behind outgroup attitude, and they studied Toronto University students, not the children. To investigate the cognitive explanation of outgroup attitudes towards other races, Li and Seto found that Chinese children aged 3 to 6-year-olds who are better at categorizing novel faces according to race are more likely to assign unsatisfactory jobs to other race adults, therefore have stronger outgroup negativity and biases. This can be one of the cognitive reasoning of outgroup hate, but are there any other cognitive mechanisms besides face recognition? We still don't know. Last but not least, Iacovillo et al. Wondered whether intergroup discrimination applied to both intergroup love and outgroup hate for adults. They found that both in-group love and outgroup hate behaviors would increase when adult participants imagine the in-group member observes them. That is to say, the imaginary audience can be a factor that causes the outgroup behaviors, as well as when the in-group norm supports the discrimination. So in-group attitudes can be a social factor that leads to outgroup hate. The current literature point out the biological and social basis of the formation of outgroup attitude, but few of them had investigated the cognitive aspects. Do children develop outgroup hate due to the positivity towards their in-group or the negativity towards the outgroup? To investigate this question, I would reference the habituation method used by Peng et al.'s study in 2017 and the previous study results. So my participants would be separated in two groups. One group is the 6-year-old children and another has the 8-year-old children. And they will be recruited from different ethnic groups. And we will also employ the forced choice procedures within the habituation paradigm used by Peng et al. To measure the time participants spend looking at faces associated with positive versus negative stimuli. So basically our procedure is that first, in a lab setting, children are randomly assigned to a room with a computer screen where one of the four conditions are shown on the screen. So the four conditions include the same race with a positive stimulus, like an ice cream, and the same race with a negative stimulus, like a spider, and other rays with a positive stimulus, and other rays with a negative stimulus. So the deception is used during the process, so they don't know the true purpose of the study, and they are told to answer some questions about their hobbies. And during the time, we will record the time they spend looking at the computer screen. Given that Pong et al. Have found that infants looking longer would take longer to habituate when positive stimuli was paired with unfamiliar language, and spend same amount of time looking at negative stimuli when it's paired with both familiar and unfamiliar languages, I would predict that 8-year-olds will also demonstrate a similar pattern by looking longer when positive stimuli is paired with other race faces. This is because other race faces are less familiar to them than same race faces. And I predict that only the 8-year-olds would show this pattern, but not the 6-year-olds, because according to Bottleman and Baum's research, 6-year-old children might have not developed outgroup hate yet, and only the 8-year-olds seem to be motivated to assign negative resources to their outgroup, so they seem to develop outgroup hate. Therefore, in my study, I would expect that only the 8-year-olds would show this habituation pattern in the process. And if my results support this hypothesis, this would provide a cognitive explanation that children develop outgroup hate due to the positivity towards their in-group instead of the negativity towards their outgroup. And there are so many implications to this study. First of all, Dunham et al. Mentioned in their study that implicit attitudes such as in-group positivity have well-established relationship with a variety of discriminatory behaviors. So it is important to raise awareness of the potential drawbacks of general affective positivity, because we always think that positivity is all good, but maybe sometimes the in-group positivity can lead to all-group hate. So it can be not beneficial. And Parker and Janov-Bauman's research suggests that all-group negativity is as important as in-group positivity in terms of children's social identification based on moral convictions. Therefore, educating children about all-group negativity when they are still young is beneficial for their future identity and moral development. So to conclude, by understanding the underlying mechanisms of all-group hate, we will know more about early cognitive development of human beings, and we can better determine how to reduce all-group hate by generating more intervention strategies for children. And that's all. Thank you for listening, and thank you for your attention, and I hope you can gain something based on my topic. Thank you again.